Can life really break you? Have you ever felt like the universe is working against you? Like no matter how hard you try, nothing ever goes your way? A betrayal, losing your job, a cruel comment from someone. It's easy to feel off balance, overwhelmed, and stuck in a place of helplessness and stress. But what if I told you there's a way of living that allows these things to no longer affect you? A mindset that helps you stand strong in the face of any challenge, as steady as a mountain in the middle of a storm? Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus found ways to attain serenity even amid the greatest adversity. They didn't shy away from life. They faced it head-on with unwavering resolve. They knew that life will always throw challenges at us, but it is how we respond to them that truly shapes our inner peace. Today, Inner Stillness will share 10 Stoic principles that will help you remain unshaken by anything life throws at you. These lessons are not mere theories. They have been honed over thousands of years and have helped countless people stay grounded and resilient through life storms. Let's begin this journey right now. Flexed biceps. Lesson 1. Understand what's within your control. Life is full of unexpected challenges, but how we respond to them determines whether they will break us or make us stronger. The most important thing is recognizing the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. Epictetus, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "There are things that are up to us, and things that are not." You can control your thoughts, how you react to challenges, and your actions in any given situation, but you cannot control the weather, other people's attitudes, or the unexpected events that happen in life. Once you realize this, you'll no longer be pulled into negative emotions about things outside your control. Real-life story. Viktor Frankl and the power of mindset. Let's remember Viktor Frankl, a Jewish psychiatrist who survived the brutalities of Nazi concentration camps during World War II. During this time, he witnessed death, cruelty, and unimaginable loss. Everything was taken from him, from his family to his freedom to his very life. But instead of being defeated by these circumstances, Frankl realized something important. He still had control over his thoughts and reactions. He could not change the situation, but he could change how he faced it. He chose not to give in to despair, and as a result, he survived. Later, he wrote the famous book Man's Search for Meaning, inspiring millions of people to find strength from within, even in the darkest times. The lesson for you: when life makes you feel out of control, when challenges and failures knock you down, ask yourself this question: is this truly within my control? If the answer is no, don't let it bring you down. Let it go. Because when you stop worrying about things you can't change, you can focus on what you can control: your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Success isn't about controlling everything around you. It's about controlling yourself in every situation. When you master this, life will no longer have the power to break you. Reevaluate your life. When faced with a challenge, will you spend your energy on things you can change, or let the uncontrollable things throw you off course? The answer is up to you. Lesson 2. Patience, the power of waiting. We live in a world where everything happens quickly, from fast food to instant messages. We are constantly pushed to act immediately and get things right at our fingertips. However, Stoicism teaches that patience is the key to mastering our emotions and achieving inner peace. Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "Time reveals the truth." This means that everything valuable in life takes time to develop, and instead of rushing, we need to learn to be patient and appreciate the process. Real-life story: the samurai and the Zen master. A fascinating story about patience comes from Japanese culture. A samurai warrior went to a Zen master and asked, "Master, how long will it take for me to become a swordsmanship master?" The Zen master replied, 10 years. Impatient, the samurai responded, "What if I train twice as hard, day and night?" The Zen master smiled and said, "Then it will take 20 years. The lesson from this story is, great things take time. Just like swordsmanship or any skill, nothing happens instantly, and patience is the key to achieving success. The lesson for you: when life rushes you, when you feel pressured to achieve everything right now, ask yourself, can this really happen in a day? If the answer is no, learn to endure the wait. Remember, patience is not about doing nothing. In fact, patience is the active waiting while still persistently moving forward. Enjoy the process, because everything great takes time to unfold. Lesson 3. Always expect the unexpected. In life, nothing is certain. Everything can change unexpectedly, from small situations to major crises. Stoicism teaches us to not only accept, but to mentally prepare for the challenges and hardships that can come at any time. One of the important techniques in Stoicism is premeditatio malorum, visualizing the worst-case scenarios. Instead of being shocked and overwhelmed when difficulties arise, Stoics advise us to prepare ourselves for anything bad that might happen. Seneca once said, "If you prepare your mind for all difficulties, nothing will surprise you." This means, if you anticipate challenges, you will not feel blocked or defeated when they actually occur. Mental preparation will help you face them calmly and with greater strength. Real-life story: U.S. Marines and the Embrace the Suck principle. A real-life story about mental preparation comes from the U.S. Marines. They use a principle known as Embrace the Suck, meaning to accept difficulty and challenges with a proactive mindset, rather than avoiding them. The Marines are not shocked when faced with adversity. Instead, they visualize challenges beforehand and prepare themselves mentally to confront the worst things that could happen. They not only prepare physically but also train their minds so that when facing challenges, they can remain calm and resilient. The lesson for you: every morning, ask yourself, what's the worst thing that could happen today? How will I react if it happens? Don't let the unexpected throw you off balance. By preparing your mind for every possible scenario, you will remain calm and ready to handle anything that comes your way. Life won't always be easy, but you will be stronger when you are prepared for those challenges. When you expect the unexpected, you will always be ready and capable of overcoming anything. Lesson 4. Ignore what others think of you. In life, we often get caught up in trying to please others and worrying about how people perceive us. But Stoicism teaches that your thoughts and actions are what matter most, not the opinions of those around you. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, wrote, "You have the right to live your own life. Do not let others' opinions control you." This means that you are the only one with the power to decide how you live your life. If you let others' opinions dictate your actions, you will lose your sense of autonomy and happiness. Live for yourself, because in the end, you are the one who knows best the path you want to follow. Real-life story: Elon Musk and the power of ignoring criticism. One of the clearest examples of ignoring criticism comes from Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla. When Musk introduced Tesla, many people mocked him, claiming that electric cars would never succeed and that Tesla was a foolish idea. Yet, Musk did not let the criticism shake him. He understood that the critics didn't control his future. Instead, he focused on what he could control, developing technology and improving the product. Today, Tesla is not only successful but is one of the most valuable companies in the world. Had Musk listened to all the criticism, he might not have built the empire he has today. The lesson for you: remember that 99% of the people who criticize you will forget what they said within 24 hours, and only you will carry those words with you. So, don't let those words occupy your mind any longer. Criticism is inevitable, but you have the power to choose not to let it affect your journey. Don't let other people's words cloud your vision and goals. Instead, focus on what you can control: your actions and your thoughts. When you stop being shaken by criticism, you will be able to move forward with strength and determination. Lesson 5. The art of letting go. In life, we often suffer from things that are in the past: old relationships, past mistakes, or things that cannot be changed. We allow these pains to continue affecting our present, robbing us of peace and clarity. But Stoicism teaches that if you cannot change something, the way you respond to it is what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "If someone hurts you, it is because you allowed them to have that power." This means that no one can hurt you unless you allow them to. Pain only lingers when you cling to the negative emotions others have caused. In reality, suffering persists when you refuse to let go. Real-life story: The Man with Two Buckets. There's a story about a man carrying two buckets of water on his way home. One of the buckets had a hole in it and was constantly leaking water. When asked why he didn't replace the bucket, he simply smiled and said, "Even though it leaks, it helps me water the plants along the way home." This story illustrates the art of letting go. The man knew that the bucket could not be fixed, but he didn't get angry or disappointed about it. Instead, he used its imperfection to do something useful. The lesson for you: in life, there will be times when you cannot change the past. You cannot change the wounds and the relationships that are gone. But the important thing is that you can choose how you react to them. Instead of clinging to things you can't change, learn to turn them into something positive. Let go of what no longer serves you and redirect your energy into things that you can change. Remember, letting go is not about giving up, but about accepting and finding ways to use what is left. When you learn to let go, you will become lighter in life and be able to move forward without the burdens of the past holding you back. Lesson 6: Freedom lies in serenity. In life, we often think that freedom is about doing whatever we want, having no restrictions or control. But Stoicism teaches us that true freedom is not the absence of restrictions, but the freedom from being controlled by our emotions. Seneca once said, "The brave man is the free man." This means that freedom doesn't come from being able to do anything you want. It comes from not allowing your emotions or external circumstances to control you. True freedom is the ability to remain calm and composed in every situation. Real-life story: Slow down your reactions. Imagine a simple situation. Someone insults you or criticizes you unfairly. Naturally, anger and frustration will rise up immediately, and you might feel the urge to respond right away. However, in moments like this, Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from not allowing our emotions to dictate our actions. Practice slowing down your reactions when someone offends you. Count to 10 before responding. Don't let emotions drive you to react. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? When you pause and reflect before reacting, you will realize that many things that upset you today will not matter in the long run. And when you can stay calm, you won't let others or circumstances affect your inner peace. The lesson for you: start by reacting deliberately and slowly. When facing challenges or people who hurt you, take the time to think and ask yourself, does this really matter to me in the long run? When you learn to stay calm and not be controlled by emotions, you will find true freedom. You will no longer be swept up by anger, fear, or anxiety. And this serenity is the key to true freedom. Lesson 7: Resilience in the face of provocation. In life, we cannot avoid criticism, insults, or even personal attacks. Whether it's playful teasing, workplace criticism, or harsh judgments about who you are, Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control what others say, but we can control how we respond. Epictetus once said, "If someone speaks ill of you, remind yourself they are only speaking from their perspective. That doesn't mean I have to accept it. This means that what others say is only a reflection of their perspective, not the truth about you, and you are not obligated to accept their criticism." Real-life story: The Samurai and the Gift of Anger. There was an old samurai famous for his ability to control his emotions. One day, a boastful man came to the village and constantly insulted him, mocking that the samurai was no longer strong. Despite being provoked, the samurai didn't react. After the man left, a student asked, "Master, why didn't you strike back?" The samurai replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, whose gift is it?" The student replied, "Of course, it belongs to the giver." The samurai smiled. "Then why should I accept the gift of his anger?" The lesson for you: whenever someone insults you, ask yourself, do I want to accept this toxic gift? Just like in the story, criticism and provocation are someone else's gift, and you have the right to reject it. Let go of the negative words and continue your path without letting them affect you. If you choose not to accept anger, disappointment, or judgment, you will feel lighter and find it easier to continue living with serenity. Resilience is not about reacting with force, but about maintaining your peace of mind in the face of provocation. Lesson 8. Learn to control your reactions. Life is a series of events, but it is not the events themselves that cause us suffering. It is how we interpret them. When you understand that your response to events is what truly matters, you will no longer let external factors disturb your peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." This means that things don't make you sad or angry. It's your perspective and reaction to them that creates those feelings. When you learn to control your reactions, you won't be swayed by things beyond your control. Real-life story, Socrates and the calm question. There is a famous story about Socrates and a man who came to him, visibly upset. The man said, "Master, I've been insulted. Someone called me a fool." Socrates, calmly, responded, "Are you a fool?" The man immediately replied, "Of course not." Socrates smiled and said, "Then why are you concerned?" The lesson for you. Negative comments and criticism only have an impact if you let them affect you. You don't need to react to everything. When someone hurts or criticizes you, pause and ask yourself, is it really worth losing my calm over this? By not reacting immediately to negative words or events, you will maintain your composure and not let small things disturb your life. You have the power to choose not to let external things shake you. Remember, calmness comes from the ability to control your reactions, and it is this control that will give you true strength and freedom. Lesson 9. Cherish the present instead of regretting the past. Regret over the past is one of the things that easily takes away our peace in the present. Many people live in regret, constantly thinking about what they could have done differently. But regret cannot change the past. You cannot go back to redo a past decision, but you can choose how you live from now on. Seneca once said, "The wise man lives in the present. What is past is past." This means that only the present has value, and the past is something you cannot change. When you let go of what's gone, you will devote your time and energy to creating a better present and future. Real-life story, the man and the question about the past. There was a man who spent his entire life regretting the business opportunity he had missed. He always thought that if he had invested earlier, he would be rich by now. For a long time, he drowned in regret, unable to move forward. One day, a friend said to him, "How many moments of happiness have you lost just by thinking about what cannot be changed?" The man was startled and realized that he had wasted the present by living in the past. Regret had taken away the joy and happiness in his life. The lesson for you. Learn to let go. Don't live in what's past. Those old decisions, missed opportunities, they are in the past. You can't change them, but you can change how you live in the present. Every time you find yourself thinking about the past, remind yourself, I can't change it, but I can control how I live from now on. Enjoy every moment in the present, and look forward to the future with an optimistic mindset. When you stop letting the past control you, you will feel the freedom and peace of mind you truly deserve. Lesson 10. Accept that life is not perfect. We often expect life to go the way we want it to. We want everything to go smoothly, everything to fall into place, and for there to be no challenges. However, the more we expect, the more we set ourselves up for disappointment. Life is a series of unexpected events, and sometimes, the imperfect moments are the most important parts of the journey. Stoicism offers a powerful philosophy called amor fati, meaning love your fate. Instead of fighting life, Stoicism teaches us to embrace everything as it is. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything that happens is supposed to happen. If you resist it, you are only fighting against nature." This means that every event in life, whether good or bad, happens for a reason. Instead of fighting against it, you should accept it and find a way to adapt, because everything that happens can help you grow. Real-life story, the man in the financial crisis. There was a man who lost all his wealth in a financial crisis, while others fell into despair, wallowing in their losses. He simply smiled and said, "I haven't lost anything. I've just been given an opportunity to start over." Instead of dwelling on sorrow and bitterness, he viewed his loss as a new opportunity, a chance to rebuild everything from scratch with calmness and perseverance. After many years, he built everything back up, this time without the fear of things beyond his control. This story shows that, while life doesn't always go as we hope, serenity and acceptance are the keys to overcoming any challenge. The lesson for you: life is not perfect, and you cannot control everything in it. There will be things that happen unexpectedly, losses, and failures that you cannot avoid, but you can control how you respond to them. Instead of feeling disappointed when things don't go as planned, learn to accept everything as it is. Just like the man in the story, when you accept the difficulties, you will find opportunities in those very challenges. Love your fate and find peace in every situation, because when you accept life as it is, you will feel much freer and lighter. Become unshakable. When you understand that everything that happens is part of life, when you stop reacting emotionally and choose to respond consciously, when you no longer let insignificant things affect you, that's when you reach a state of invulnerability. You become someone who is unaffected by the ups and downs of life. Remember, heavy checkmark, you can only control yourself, not the world. Heavy checkmark, no one can hurt you unless you allow them to. Heavy checkmark, peace doesn't come from a perfect life. It comes from a steadfast mind. So, are you ready to let go of what disturbs you and become the strongest version of yourself? Look at your life and accept everything as it is. Learn to control your emotions, actions, and responses so that you can live a life that isn't swayed by things beyond your control. True strength comes from within, and you are the one who decides your destiny. Rocket, start this journey now to become someone unshakable, steady in the face of all of life's challenges. Inner stillness. You've got this.